Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. Today's episode, we review the game Dishonored. Now, I have reviewed in the past 3 of Dishonored's DLC, but I never got a chance to review the game. Until now. The story of Dishonored, it's pretty great. You play as Corvo. You used to be the bodyguard for the Empress, and then you are wrongly accused of her assassination. You then spend the rest of the game as a wanted fugitive, and you have to avenge your honor, which has been dishonored, I guess. It's pretty interesting because it's about the story takes place in a place that's like London, but it has a combination of magic and steampunk technology. It's pretty interesting. You have to use your natural skills to hide in the shadows and avoid detection from guards. You have to use your blade, your gun, and your crossbow, technologically wise, to take out some guards. And you also have the gift of magic that allows you to freeze time, teleport between places, and even possess people temporarily to sneak around. Now this game, it offers a scenario of either a good ending or a bad ending, based on whether you are merciful towards people or if you just go around and slice and shoot everyone willy-nilly. So you have to deal with guards, but you also have your primary targets, which have wronged you. You can either dispose of them in a way that gets rid of them but doesn't kill them, or you can kill them. Now it's interesting. At the end of each level, you are graded on your system for how many coins you're able to either pickpocket from people or find lying around, how many secret items you're able to find, or hidden paintings. There's also, if you were undetected, or if you went through the whole level without killing anyone, you get a special bonus award. Yeah, it's pretty cool because each level is very open world, and you can find multiple ways to get to your objective. Either go to the left and do a series of teleports, or go to the right and sneak through the shadows. The pacing depends on the way you play. It's very interesting. Now, the only thing I found annoying was if you're trying to go through without killing anyone or getting detected, is if you got caught and then were killed. If you got caught, then you instantly wanted to get killed, so it would reset your last save, because it was very difficult. But yes, like I said, if you either wanted the good ending or the bad ending. But I also liked how the story was open enough, how they were able to include the Knife of Dunwall DLC and the Brigmore Witches DLC, which took place during the story and very close to the end of telling about how the events would transpire. So I could very much see a sequel for Dishonored in the future if they decided to work on it. Yeah, it was awesome because you could either buy, with the money you found from hidden things around your missions, you could either buy equipment upgrades, or you could buy equipment upgrades, and if you could find magic items in the levels, you could magically upgrade yourself. And the best part was, if you timed out your magic use just right, you could use it, and then it would recharge, and then you could go on potentially without having to use too much of your magic replenishing equipment. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah, I like the story, I like the characters. I thought it was a very good game. So we here at Aperture Labs, we are proud to give Dishonored an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so this was... hang on a second. What? I'm doing the review right now. Yeah. Yes, I am. I'm doing the game you told me to. Dishonored. 8.5 out of 10. What do you mean, thief? No, it was Dishonored. What do you mean, it's a different game? What are you talking about? Hang on a moment. Look, I know what I'm doing. I'm trying to do my job here. Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. I've just been informed by my supervisors that I've been reviewing the wrong game. I'm supposed to review the game Thief. Here's a little backstory for the series. The first Thief game was released for PC in 1998. It had 2 sequels, with the third game being its last game, being released in 2004. 8 years passed and we got Dishonored. Now when Dishonored came out, someone pointed out that it looked like a Thief clone because it was also set in like a British era location with magic and steampunk technology. and then we had Thief come out in 2014 just recently. I think Dishonored was supposed to show like Thief for the modern day console with modern graphics, but a bit more heavy-handed on the magic aspects, and with a different level of pacing. Now, unfortunately, if Thief came out first and then Dishonored, it's weird. Dishonored is a Thief clone, and Thief that just came out is now a clone of a clone. Seriously, both these games are very similar. In the first part, the real world, both are powered by the Unreal Engine. That's their first similarity. And now for the fake world. Like I said, both British, magic, steampunk. Both kingdoms are ruled under corrupt leaders. Both kingdoms are being affected by a plague. Dishonored has Weepers, Thief has the Gloom. Both main characters have to deal with an old woman who seems to have otherworldly powers. Granny Rags, Queen of the Beggars. Both are wanted, though Garrett is a thief by trade, so that's the slight difference there. And okay, so both use for Dishonored you use a weapon called the Choke Dust Bomb. In Thief, it's the Choke Dust Arrow. It incapacitates your enemies so you can either take them out or sneak by them. Another similarity is, and this is weird because, alright, now both of these are M-rated games, so just keep that in mind. For the third level for both games, you have to infiltrate a brothel. The Golden Cat brothel for Dishonored, and the Madame Zhao Zhao's brothel for Thief. Okay, so Dishonored ripped off Thief, and now Thief is ripping off Dishonored? What is going on here? Look, so there are some differences for Thief that, while it is very heavily influenced by Dishonored and vice versa, there are some differences. Instead of a crossbow, you use a bow and arrow. And along with the choke dust and the regular arrows, you can also use fire arrows to set stuff on fire, water arrows to put out lights, and you have grapple arrows that allow you to climb up and jump from place to place. It's pretty interesting. Now you don't use a gun, and instead of a blade, you get a blackjack. It's a blunt instrument that you use to sneak up behind and knock out enemies. It can only be used if they don't detect you. Another similarity for both games is how now for Dishonored, at the end of each level, you're judged for not raising any alarms and not killing any guards. It's similar for the end of each level for Thief. You're either a ghost, you're undetected by anyone, you're an opportunist, you had to probably knock out a few people to get by, and then Warrior. If you pretty much kill off all the guards and engage them in open conflict all the time. Thief is forces you very heavily to rely on stealth. The only magic ability you have is your Thief Vision, which allows you to see where coins are, maybe some hidden items, and where traps are set up. It doesn't replenish like in Dishonored. You have to actually use it sparingly and turn it on and off. If you run out, you have to then take a restore potion for your magic abilities. Your equipment is you have to use a screwdriver to open up crates so you can sneak around, wire cutters to disable traps, and use a blade. The only blade you get is to steal paintings. So it's weird. I mean, you have similar plot, but you have different tools. One of the major differences between the two games, I like this, was because in Dishonored you only went to a little hub in between missions where you had limited mobility to go around and explore and collect stuff. In Thief, both Thief and Dishonored, the missions were very open. You could explore and find different ways to complete them. But with Thief, you did have the hub where you could buy your equipment and get upgrades for either your equipment or for your abilities, like being able to run around stealthily, get better armor, or be able to pick people's pockets faster. But the difference was, aside from that hub, you could actually explore the open world. You could go around the city, through the streets, and the back alleys, and on the roofs. And you could actually take up side missions to improve your thieving abilities, make some more money, and maybe get some equipment upgrades. So it had more of an open feel to it. So the world it was open for the levels, and it was open for the in-between missions. But still, I just find it weird that both games are so very eerily similar. Nonetheless, we here at Aperture Games, we give Thief a 8.5 out of 10. So basically, if you liked Dishonored, if you liked the Thief series, if you liked Dishonored, then you're in luck. As Thief is a combination of both. It provides the elements from the original Thief, and it takes several cues from Dishonored. So if you like Dishonored, it's more of that there for you. And like I said, the way Dishonored was so open, I could potentially see a Thief Dishonored crossover, or maybe some kind of sequel involving both characters. So give Thief a try. If you haven't played Dishonored, then play Thief. If you haven't played Thief, play Dishonored. If you've played both, then, well, you'll see what I'm talking about. Until next time, this is Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming, saying thank you very much, and have a nice day.